How's it going, everyone? Famine52 back again, and today we're continuing on with Baldur's Gate 3. Let's get going. Alright, welcome back. So in the last episode, I don't know what we did. I know that we came up here and took out a pack of gnolls. But other than that, I cannot for the life of me remember what we did. I think we might have cleared out the Emerald Grove of loot and the like.
Chest, more importantly.
Yeah. That was the last episode. We went into the Emerald Grove, did all of those little questathon things, robbed the Inner Sanctum Blind of all of their loot. We helped a bard make a song, gaining proficiency in said loot for Will right there. And then took out the gnolls up here and encountered these fine young gentlemen who are tasked with getting whatever this caravan storage box is to a tavern up front. Which I was going to go to just now. However, I realized
I could go for a good
Karlak
meal.
is completely out of rages. Will is down to one spell slot.
Whatever comes,
Shadowheart is
ready.
out of spells except for a singular level 2 spell. So
Can't give up now.
it's time to take a long rest. So let's go ahead and head to camp. This is not what I was expecting, but I'll take it, I guess. Anyone want to talk with me? Aha, Will or Gale does.
My condition is worsening again. I need to consume some powerful magic or it may become volatile.
Give Gale a magical artifact. What will happen if to this item should I give it to you? The items you want are more the items you use more the items you want are more used to me unconsumed. You can't have anything yet. I can't help just now. Please bear with me. So here's the thing. I have heard that there is a little bit of a glitch in the game. I do not know if it is this way on PC, but from what I hear, if we come here to give Gale a magical artifact, and I were to give him a magical artifact from my inventory, it won't actually register that I gave him anything. So I don't know if that's the case. Let's go ahead and give it a try. Let's go ahead and give him the Bard hat.
Thank you.
Oh, hey, it actually worked. Well, that was a thing.
It is a strange experience. Each time anew. Like a lost soul is spelunking through the darkness that is me, only to be sacrificed on the dread altar of the heart. But this doesn't feel quite right. I mean, it never feels right, but it relieves. This doesn't relieve. Oh.
Gale, what's happening? Are you alright? Is there anything I can do to help? Please tell me we didn't just waste a piece of magical equipment. Gale, what's happening?
The magic isn't having the effect it should have. It's not like the last time, like a rainstorm that quells a forest fire. It merely drizzles. The embers still sizzle, the fire remains undefeated. I'm not certain what's going on, but nothing good. Please, I need to think. I need to retrace my steps to a glade of calm and think. Thank you for the artifact. A great deal of trouble it was too. A great deal of trouble indeed.
Very well. So anything else? Doesn't currently look like it. Oh, scratch. Pet the puppy. Alright, now, I can't personally talk with our dog, but if I come over here to Karlak, cast Speak with Animals, I should be able to actually speak with Scratch and figure out how he's doing.
Hope you're keeping well, friend.
I'm sorry about what happened to your master, or pet him. I'm sorry about what happened to your master.
Master? Friend. I stayed with him until I knew he was gone. I'll never forget him. But I'm glad to have met you.
Oh, pet the puppy. And pet him again. So I think that first one is technically just a just an approval check, and it doesn't actually count as petting him other than approval. So that's interesting. Let's go ahead and leave. We'll go ahead and bed down for the night now. Finally lose our bloodless thingamajig. You have enough supplies to restore all hit points and yada yada. Let's go ahead and rest. Hey, Z, what's going on, buddy?
The air is heavy. Moisture drips down your forehead. Pain shoots through your fingers.
Wipe the sweat away from your brow. Rub your aching hands. Press your fingers to your mouth. Blink away the discomfort. Wipe the sweat from your brow.
Your hands shake as they reach upward. Your forehead remains drenched no matter how much you wipe.
Chukil Gate Vlakith Mazathok. Can you feel it crawling through you? Tendrils squirming in your chest, gripping your heart, piercing your belly. Your bones popping, your flesh swelling. I can. I see it in you. I feel it in me. We are lost. I will be quick with my blade. First you, then the others, then myself.
Your minds intertwine. You sense a touch of uncertainty, a touch of disgust.
Illithid wisdom, explore Lazelle's mind. Persuasion, we're just exhausted. Lower the blade before you do something foolish. Medicine is just a fever. Rest will break it. Or deception, don't you see how far gone you are? Give me that blade, I'll make it quick. Or surrender to Lizelle, you will not become an abomination. Attack. So my best chance at doing this is going to be the Illithid wisdom. But let's go ahead and just try the straight medicine check. And guidance, I guess, sure. Yeah, we got it. We're good.
I cannot trust my own mind. So it seems I must trust yours. I will wait. But know this. I am watching. If the sickness does not pass come dawn, I will end us all.
Very well. What do we have going on here?
I came just in time. You are transforming.
I know your voice. I've heard it before. Who the hells are you? Back off. I have enough crawling around in my head already. I know that voice. I've heard it before.
Yes, you have. I saved you before. And I'm here to save you again. Don't worry. You will not become a Mind Flayer. Not while I'm around. I'll protect you.
Take the hand offered to you. Get up on your own. Recoil from any help. Let's go ahead and take her hand. This is the guardian that I made after all. I feel like we could trust her.
We haven't much time, so listen closely. There is great potential within you. It comes from that parasite. Your instinct is to resist the power it gives, but you must accept it. Nurture it. I will keep it from consuming you, but for the sake of both of us, you must learn to wield it.
Well, that's a skull.
A fight for the fate of Faerun. A fight we are losing. For now. You can change that, but only if you embrace your potential. I have to go. The enemy is closing in. I will be back.
All right.
Wake now. You'll feel better. I promise.
Interesting. I can't recall that being in the pre-release that I played. I mean, I'm not saying that it wasn't. I'm just saying that I can't recall it being in the pre-release. That was a very interesting cutscene. What all do we got going on around here? Nothing. Will's over there drinking. Anything interesting coming along? You try to kill me and you have nothing to say?
Glick. I had a dream. As we all did, I suspect. Someone came to me and promised to protect me, while claiming that the parasite could empower me. The parasite has taken root, it would seem. Every word, every promise. It is gate deception.
If the parasite can empower us, I say we let it. We could use the edge in combat. You're right. We should ignore this dream. Figure out all cost. Let's go ahead and do the first one. We'll probably get a disapproval, but I trust the character that I made.
You're delusional. I'd sooner trust a night hag than a strange figure bearing dream gifts.
Are you sure a creche is our only path to a cure?
Entirely. I was as devoted to my studies as I was to my training. Each creche contains a Sathisk purification device. So I learned from the writings in the Kalir library. The library was a gift from Vlaakith herself, that we may gain total understanding.
What kind of that kind of wisdom is very valuable. Books are fallible, as are those who write them. Total understanding? Absolute nonsense. That kind of wisdom is very valuable. We've already had a disapproval with her, so I don't want to continuously disapprove her. I don't want her to leave.
Countless scholars roam the astral sea and beyond, observing the ways of our lessers, exploring planes so distant order turns to chaos and cold fires rage. The planes are ever quaking, and their peoples ever shifting. The Githyanki possess an eternity of knowledge. Yet we still collect more. Infinities upon infinities.
Alright. Consuming parasites. General tutorial. You can now consume Mind Flare parasites from your inventory to unlock new illithid powers. Look out for sources of parasites in the world, including infected corpses. Interesting. I don't have any on my person, do I? I don't think it'll be under potions. I know that unless I inadvertently sold them, I should have 2. Well, let's go ahead and unburden our stuff with the camp supplies. I'm not seeing it right now. I will go ahead and take a look before we leave camp. But first, let's go and talk to everyone.
I had a wild dream last night. This beautiful entity came to me, promised to protect me, told me the parasite in our heads could give us power.
I had a similar dream. Side effect of the tadpole? Sounds like a pretty intense dream. I detest talking about dreams. No, first one.
Sounds like it. What did you make of it?
I think it's some kind of psionic trick. I don't believe a word it said. It was just a dream, nothing more. If there's some kind of power to be unlocked from our affliction, I'm willing to try it. Yeah, sure.
Seems risky, if you ask me. Couldn't help getting stuck with the tadpole, but taking favors from it? Spooky.
How did you end up with a contraption in your chest?
I'll tell you all about it after we've taken down those paladins I'm after. Believe me, it's worth the wait.
Sounds like all we need to fix your engine is find some infernal iron.
Let's hope Damon is as good as he seems. Once my engine's handled, I can focus on more important matters. Tadpoles, cults, frosty pints.
So not only do you have this thing in your chest, but it's burning up?
That's the short of it. Bloody thing's been in overdrive since I left Avernus.
What does that infernal engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
You must be pent up. What's that been like? I wouldn't mind that myself. I've never been one for too much contact. Sure, let's go with the first one.
I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, start making up for lost time. But not today.
Very well.
Soldier.
I don't think she's gonna tell us, but how did you end up fighting the Blood War?
Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail.
Very well. I feel like I've already gone through most of these, haven't I? In your opinion, what's the best way to kill the devil?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
This isn't where I thought I'd end up. How about you?
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
Be back at home without a care in the world. I'd be in the middle of another adventure, blessedly free from any tadpole. Let's go ahead and do that one.
I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of troubles to throw ourselves at.
So I have done these conversations before. I don't remember if it was in the episode I accidentally deleted, so I had to record. But I know that I did these conversations before because I did not know what a Thayan was. It's just a human or humanoid. About the paladins you want us to confront.
Yeah, let's go straight there. Whatever those fucks are getting up to, it's nothing good. Just to say, by the way, they're not really paladins. Lackeys of the Archdevil playing dress-up as paladins of Tyr. No honor among devils.
Very well. Leave. Gale, I don't think you have anything more for us.
My apologies. Huh. Not quite myself just yet. I had the strangest dream last night. A visitor came to me. A vision of unparalleled beauty and power. She told me she was watching over me, protecting me, and that our tadpoles could prove beneficial if we embrace what powers they have to offer. An uncanny apparition. Not entirely sure what to make of it.
You don't believe this was a real person talking to you then? I had the same dream. It's a similar visitor with a similar message. Best to ignore, probably just something you ate. Let's go with the first one.
A real manifestation, perhaps, but not an individual of flesh and blood in the manner you or I would consider to be real. Whether she spoke the truth or not, well, I think I require a little more evidence before taking a fantasy at her word. Until then, best we speak of other matters. Was there something you wish to ask?
What do you make of having a vampire in our camp?
We all have our burdens, one way or the other.
Very well. Shadowheart. Oh no, this is Astarion.
I had the strangest dream last night. There was a visitor promising me protection and all sorts of delicious powers from the parasites in our heads. Given our shared affliction, I suppose you had a similar dream.
I did.
Excellent. Now we can see what these tadpoles can do for us.
We should take every advantage we can get. Let's explore these powers and see where they take us.
Exactly. Waste not, want not. Even when it comes to mind flayer parasites. Now, was there anything else?
Tell me about your history.
Why do you insist on exhuming the past? I was a slave. A vampire spawn. Kept by the Tsar family. Perhaps I still am. I was never able to resist their commands. But now, I've been conveniently lost. They won't ever control me again.
How does one become a vampire exactly?
It's simple. Just find a vampire that will drink your blood and turn you into a vampire spawn. Their obedient puppet. In theory, the next step is to drink their blood. Once you've done that, you're free. and a true vampire.
So they bite you, you bite them, or in theory. Let's go ahead and do the in theory.
People think the biggest threat to a vampire is a cleric with a stake. It's not. The biggest threat to a vampire is another vampire. They're scheming, paranoid, power-hungry beasts. So why would any vampire give up control over a spawn to create a competitor? Trust me, it doesn't happen.
What do you think is waiting for us at Moonrise Towers?
Who knows? Drow? Mind flayers? Death? Hopefully not ours. But maybe answers. If we can convince the right people to talk.
Alright. So about you biting me.
I've already apologized. What more do you want? Unless you're looking for another nibble.
I need to know how we'll feed you in the future.
No innocence. You have my word. Only villains that we need to kill anyway. After all, you know what I am now. I can fight with all my weapons. Teeth included. And if I happen to drain the occasional bandit during a fight, what's the harm? They're just as dead.
Alright, I'll be watching. Sounds good. Glad we could agree. No, you can't feed on people, animals only. Look, I'm not against you feeding on me, but only if we talk about it first. Glad we could agree.
As am I. I'm starting to feel a little peckish already.
Leave.
Fate spins along.
Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps
So I've been calling him a lich.
resurrection
I've never actually
instead?
asked him what he is. Let's go ahead and ask him what he is.
There are many answers to that question. None are important.
Skeletons aren't supposed to be able to talk.
Correct.
Are you going to explain further?
No.
Fine. So the reason why I want to do that is because he is an undead. He's a level 1 skeleton. And he's immune to control undead. So I have no idea what he is. I thought he was a lich, but I'm no longer convinced on that. Will.
I had a dream last night. A vivid one. And so did you, judging from the way my tadpole is tingling. Someone came to me and promised to protect me while claiming that the parasite could empower me. Tempting as these powers sound, we should recognize this dream for what it is, the tadpole's little trick. No good ever came from trusting honey-tongued strangers conjured up by illithid worms.
I think we should hear out this dream figure. Maybe these powers could be useful. You should have you should have as little to do with these tadpoles as we can. Let's change the subject. Now let's go and do the first one.
I wouldn't advise it. Play with fire, and you get burned. That's always the way of it.
What do you make of Raphael?
He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales. Don't you think?
With the right teacher, yes. What are your thoughts on the devil, Will? Get to the point. You mean Raphael. We should at least consider his offer, given our circumstances. Spare me the parables. I've no intention of bargaining with the likes of him. this one, the last one.
That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything.
Alright, and now let's go ahead and speak with Shadowheart.
Did you have any strange dreams of late? Vivid ones?
It happened to you as well.
Damn. I was hoping my imagination had gotten the better of me. But this must be something more. This dream companion wanted me to use the tadpole, use its power. Whoever it was claimed to be an ally, but I don't know. It seems like we can't escape this mess, in the waking world or otherwise.
Tell me about the Mother Superior.
I'm not sure what else I can say, at least until I can remember more. She taught me, trained me, punished me. Often, I think I feel her influence when the wound pains me. Not even memories, just glimpses, impressions. Perhaps the wound is her doing, something Lady Shah bid her to do. I don't know.
I can't help but feel as if you and I might miss our chance to connect, truly connect. What's happening to us?
Fine. What's on your mind?
How am I holding us up in your estimations?
How are you holding up? Don't be so modest. I can't remember the last time I met someone like you. Perhaps I never did. And never will again.
Turn to other matters. Alright, so I'm going to do something here at camp for a little bit. First, I'm going to look to see if I can't find the tadpoles. And then I'm going to kind of grab everyone, get everyone into my party one by one, and level them up, make sure that their inventories are decent. And then I'm going to try to have Gale learn as many spells as he can. But I'll be back when I'm done with that. Give me one moment. Alright, so we are back, and I am just about to actually level up Gale here. But before I do that, because I know that he gains spells on level up, I want to come here and kind of go through our scrolls and see if there are any scrolls that he could actually do anything with, like this right here, which is Charm Person. Learn for 50 gold. So he now knows the Charm Person spell, or Cloud of Daggers, or he happens to already know Color Spray, Dark Vision, whatever spell this is, Detect Thoughts. We've got Expeditious Retreat. Let's go ahead and teach him that. Cloud Fog, or Fog Cloud. We got Grease right here. This looks like it should be Haste, which spell levels or wizard level is too low. Scroll of Ice Knife. He already knows Ice Knife. Mage Armor knows Mage Armor. Just taught him Magic Weapon. Did not mean to back out of there. What is that? Milf's Acid Arrow? Yes, it was. We got Mirror Image, Ray of Enfeeblement. He appears to already know. I believe you already know Scorching Ray. See Invisibility. Scroll of Sleep. Thunder Wave, you already knows. We've got Soul of Summon Quasit. Before I do that one, I want to go ahead and save, because that might just be a fancy Find Familiar spell, honestly. New spell, Find Familiar. Cheeky Quasit. So, with that being the case, coming to our spell books, or to our prepared spells, I should say. Ah, it is a brand new spell. Got it. And that, I believe, should be all of the scrolls for him to learn from. Yeah. So now he is clear to level up and he'll gain spells and all of that. I'll go ahead and continue doing that off camera. Just wanted to bring you guys in to see that you can do that with a wizard. And I will be back when I'm done. Alright, so now everyone is leveled up. Before we break camp for the day, there is something fun I could do with Gale. So I figured I would show y'all what that would be, assuming I can find the stuff. So I got Longstrider right here. It is a ritual spell. So what the ritual spell tag means is that as long as I'm not in combat, I could cast it without using a spell slot. So, and Longstrider here, let's see if I can see it. Not here. Longstrider last. There it is over there on the side. It's kind of hard to see. Or not kind of hard to see, but it's off the... You know what I'm trying to say. It lasts until I finish a long rest. So I can go ahead and cast Longstrider here on Karlach. And apparently the level 2 version allows me to cast it on multiple people. Can I get targets too far? No, I can't get both in the same. But let's go ahead and cast this on Karlach. As well as Z. I will not be taking a... I will not be taking Asterion yet. I will be bringing him for something that we will be doing in this episode. I will be taking Will. And I am going to be taking Shadowheart. So they all now have Longstrider. And is there any other ritual spells that I could cast that will last until I finish a long rest? There is Detect Thoughts. I don't think Detect Thoughts will work in the same way, because Detect Thoughts is a concentration spell. And when I send him back... Oh, it's also not a targeted spell. It is a cast on self. Very well. I did not realize that. Very well. So that kind of takes that out of the question anyway. But now my entire party is going to be having Longstrider on.
Go ahead.
So that means in combat, their movement speed is going to be
question the wisdom of
increased by
that
10
decision,
feet.
but so be it. I'll be here in the meantime. Idly.
So that is very useful, and like I said right there, concentration broke when I told him to stay at camp. So if I was able to have gotten that onto Z,
Darling,
it would have done the same thing.
Something special. It sounds.
So let's go ahead and get Will and
well met.
What's her face back in our party,
That's the
Shadowheart.
spirit.
And then let's go ahead and break camp.
Lady of Sorrows, guide us. Did you want something? All right, some...
and break camp. Ooh, and we got more speakables.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target.
Aren't you afraid it's going to overload your engine? Got a coin slot in your heart or what? Soul coins are just that, though they contain people's souls. I'm not sure you should be using them. Let's find out. Go on and try it now. Aren't you afraid you're going to overload your engine?
Nah, it'll be fine.
Got a coin slot in your heart?
Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe-to-toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens.
Try a coin now. I want to see this in action.
Well, it's not the kind of thing I like to squander, see? A soul coin is a precious thing. Better used to fight evil than show off. But trust me, next time we're facing something nasty, I'll be all over him.
Very well. And Shadowheart.
There's something I've been wanting to share with you, if now's a good time.
You couldn't have done this back in camp? I'm all ears. You're voluntarily telling me about yourself? Are you feeling well? Is it the tadpole? What brought this on? Perhaps another time. No. I want to hear all about you. I'm all ears.
It's difficult to put into words. I think it might be easier to just show you. Use the tadpole. The connection. Come into my mind.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I trust you.
Use a parasite to explore her mind.
I don't remember how it started. Only how it ended. I was fleeing.
Oh, you got that Chun-Li hair going. Okay.
She asked my name. Can't remember what I said. Can't remember anything before those words. All I know is she saved my life and gave me a new home with Lady Shah. It hurts. That's all I remember.
Something sparks in your memory about Selûnite rites of passage. You heard once about how they would send their children out into the wilds to navigate their way home.
No wonder you're so dedicated to Shar. You feel like you owe her your life or something. You looked like you were wearing a moonstone. Isn't that commonly worn by Selûnites? Thank you for sharing with me. I know it could not have been easy. Let's go ahead and do the first one.
Lady Shah. But yes, her and those who saved me and taught me her ways. The Mother Superior. She made me who I am. At least as best as I can remember. She taught me, trained me, punished me when I failed her. Which was often.
You must have been important to her.
Perhaps I was. She sent me on this mission after all.
Very well. So, oh, by the way, there is a lot of stuff that you can loot throughout this area. Just be aware, this chest up here, if I can get up to it, does have a poison mine right there. And then there's a chest over here as well. Yeah, right there. No, that's a wooden barrel. There was something over here. I forget what it was. I thought I was recording, saved, and all of that stuff. Turns out my recording was being finicky and I wasn't actually recording anything. So y'all took the chest but left the alchemist fire. But you wouldn't let me take the alchemist fire when you were here because that would have been stealing. Alright, fine. Can I grab this? Thank you. Thank you. Now, what is down this way? I'm sorry, did that say alcohol?
Be wary.
Whoa there.
This is trapped.
No, no, we are not going that way. We are not going that way. That sounds like a wonderful way to die in a fiery explosion. And come on, thank you. So we are now going to go ahead and make our way to that building right there in front of us. Why can't I come up here? Because there are some people in that building up there that we need to take care of. And I will be collecting the various potion ingredients along the way as well. And is there a climb down from here? I guess technically. Thank you. Thank you. Alright, and we got a lot of dead ends in here. Let's go ahead and search the gnolls, grab their ears. Got a wooden crate, a carrot.
Cut it out. It's worse than nose out there.
Now let's go ahead and head inside.
How about a crab? Would that worry you?
Please, no more. Leave us in peace, and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
So, before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead and come over here to Shadowheart. I'm going to break off with Shadowheart. And I'm going to go ahead and climb up here. Get over here and crouch down.
Defender
Then
of the
with
people.
Will, I'm going to go ahead and position Will in this room as well. And then Karlak is in conversation with us, so I can't do anything with her. You need to convince me you're not what she says you are. Karlak, these people seem harmless. You need to drop the act. I know you're a servant of Zariel or Insight. Assess his posture, his eyes. Is he telling the truth? Which I really don't care if he's telling the truth or not, but let's go ahead and just confirm.
There's something in the squint of his eye. You suspect he's lying.
Enough of this charade. I know you are lying. I know what you really are.
Enough! Enough! I'll not play pretend anymore. Karlak, you're going home in pieces if needs must. And you'll soon learn what it means to ally yourself with the likes of this garbage.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
So, unfortunately, it looks like Shadowheart up there failed her hide. That is alright. Let's go ahead and start by coming over here.
These boots have seen everything.
And get a main hand attack off on Trine, whatever her name is.
Good. Again.
She is now ensnared. So our unarmed strike will be at advantage. And I did 9 points of damage. Very well. And end my turn. Oh, she broke free. Now Karlak. Let's go ahead and get you up and over here. Have you drop into a rage. And then something that I learned, I do not need to actually activate Reckless Attack. The game itself should give me the option if I miss. So let's just go ahead and attack.
Excellent.
Beautiful. I hit him. And we are now going to go ahead and end our turn. Let's see, anything that we can do from up here that would be beneficial. Let's just go ahead and shoot him.
Keep going.
And end turn. Then now with Will, that's his name. Let's go ahead. What is Will's other cantrip? Is it False Life? Is it Bone Chill? I forget what his other cantrip is. But let's go ahead and hit this guy with an Eldritch Blast, or at least try to. Oh, critical hit. Very nice. Bringing him down to 8 hit points. I should have hexed him first. I forgot to do that. Oh well. And let's go ahead and end Will's turn. There's someone in there. Let's go ahead and try to take out this lady. Critical hit. She is now unconscious. And we'll go ahead and take her stuff. We'll come over here and open this door. And I now see that there is someone in here, and I know where they are, so let's go ahead. And they have the high ground, apparently. Let's go ahead and just attack them. 40%. I probably am going to miss.
That won't work.
End turn. And now let's go ahead and attack Anders. Anders is down. We'll get a longsword from him, a sword of justice, some scale mail, and a potato. And then now let's go ahead and run up into here.
Find a route.
And I can't go any further. So we're going to end that. I don't really see us being able to get down there with Shadowheart. But we could certainly go ahead and start making our way down there. Action dash. Open the door. Enter inside. Hey, look, it's you. And we're going to go ahead and end our turn.
Victor's path.
And we got Will up here now. Let's go ahead. Try to get Will an angle if we can. It doesn't look like we'll be able to get an angle for Will. This step is a leveled spell. Yes, it is. And I cannot get a angle. So we're going to go ahead and end our turn. She's running away. Opportunity attack.
Again.
Let's go ahead and attempt to attack her again. She made her con save, or her concentration save, so let's go ahead and just pummel her.
I'm ready.
Shadowheart, go ahead and shoot her in the back.
Go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Easy, easy. Those flames are getting hot.
Not big enough. Now get out before you get hurt. Now!
Will do. Let's not question that. Let's go ahead and get up on out of here, because Karlach is going a bit crazy. We can watch what she's doing. I'm not actually touching my controller at all right now, but with us being out of the building, let's go ahead and break her off, so that our team doesn't try to follow her around.
I'm never going back.
And she's just running around destroying everything, leaving a path of burning destruction in her wake. And she is no longer raging or going crazy. I now have control of her yet again.
No time to rest.
Let's go ahead and talk to her.
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Like you should have melted a long time ago. How could you stand it? Slightly mad, to be honest. Are you alright? Hot. Yeah. Let's go with that one.
Careful, soldier. If I burn any hotter, I might explode. Engine heats up the whole system enough not to get burned. Hopefully it will hold together long enough to get tuned up. Let's move, huh? I'm running high and in the mood for a fight.
Well, very well. Now, before we get going, Karlak took quite a bit of damage there. So let's go ahead and throw down our potion of greater healing. Healed her up 18 hit points. She's now at 25 out of 45. We should have more. Yeah, regular potion of healing. And let's go ahead and do one more. At this point, she is the only one that needs to be healed. So I could probably just have her drink it. But that's neither here nor there. We are going to go ahead and kind of loot this whole area.
Might be nearby. Careful.
So we got Buckle, who's a rock gnome. Arrow of Ice, short bow, leather armor, carrot, and some grapes. Dead Knoll with the 2 hyena ears. Another Dead Knoll with a single one. Another hyena ear. Burlap sack. Burlap sack. Shovel, wheelbarrow. Fair. And then anything in this that we could actually do anything with? Well, I could take all of this little BS stuff. Not going to worry about that at present. We also have a rib cage right here. Ooh, with some intestine. Got some gold in the pile of bones. A severed arm. A severed head. Because that's not morose. Burlap sack. With some potatoes. Intestines. Pile of bones with a candle. And now let's go ahead and actually loot this area in here. Alright, now we have looted everything up here on top. So let's go ahead and go down into the cellar.
That corpse smells ripe. Enough time for its killer to have moved on.
And then loot the heck out of this entire room down here. Oh, the more in that back corner. Anything over here? We've got some suspicious dried meat. A great sword. Padded armor. Short bow. Nothing else over there. Now we have a dead toll collector. With Toll House Ledger. And a gold coin. Anything in the chest to either side of him. Got a light crossbow. Some food. Some poisons and an antidote. And that seems to be it. And now let's go ahead and cast Speak with Dead onto this guy.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
How did you die?
Goblins. Laughing. Cutting.
Why were you in the basement?
Hiding. Frightened.
Were you alone when you died?
Gods abandoned me and Vance.
Who are you?
Toll collector Martin.
Leave. Alright, now let's go ahead and use the toll house key that we found and open that up. Now, in this room, I'm going to go ahead. No, everyone back off. Everyone come over here. I'm going to go ahead and break myself away. Because as you can see, we have a vent trap here, We did not perceive it, but there is a vent trap there and another one right there. So I don't want anyone setting anything off. So I'm going to go ahead. Actually, you know what? Regroup. Let's go ahead and break off Karlak and do this with her because she is a lot stronger. So she should be able to move bigger things. But if I move this barrel and I put it on top of that vent, then I move this crate and put it on top of this vent, those two traps can now no longer trigger. Now if I grab this and move this over here.
That's curious.
And then let's go ahead. Yeah, I know there's a burrow hole.
That's for someone
We can't
teeny
use
tiny.
it.
Not biggie.
Let's go ahead and grab this crate. And if I can get an angle. Put the crate right there. We have now made this room completely safe. There is nothing in this room that will hurt us. So let's go ahead and open up this door. And again, we have some more vent traps in here. So let's go ahead and grab these vases. Move these around. And there are two more in back.
A trap. Learn to dance.
So let's go ahead and move this right there. Then this right there. Then now this whole room is now clear and good to go. So let's go ahead and get everyone back together. Now that they're all here, let's go ahead and break off Karlak again, as well as Z and Will, because I'm going to need two people.
No one's stopped me yet.
Let's go ahead and have Z sit right here,
There's a pressure
and
release
Will
in the chair, but I'm
sit right
missing
here,
Wanna dance?
which will cause that back wall to slide down.
Watch yourself. I spy
Learn
a
to
trap.
dance.
Not what I meant to do. I did not mean to inadvertently arm that trap. So there is unfortunately a fair bit of poison on the ground now. Simple toxin. I don't know if that is going to mop itself up by the time we're done elsewhere. That might have been an unfortunate gaffe right there. But let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and loot everything in here. And I'll be back when I'm done. Alright, well, unfortunately, it looks like the acid has not washed away. Let me see if I could use one of the water carafes that I've been grabbing to kind of wash that away. Negative. Either that or it wasn't full of water.
There is work to do.
Yeah, I figured that wouldn't work, but it was worth a try.
What a charmer.
Okay, so we're just going to have to kind of rely on Karlak's high con to kind of protect her from this acid. Ooh, a +1 great axe. Okay. And we got some pretty nice weapons and stuff in here. We got a gilded chest with 106 gold and a silver ingot. Got a table that I can apparently break, so I will. Some empty vases. Wicker basket. Very well, very well. Collect everything as fast as possible. Looks like we took 1 point of acid or poison damage. Now, of course, if I was worried about it, I could just, what's it called? I could kind of make a path for, or like a path of crates and stuff, but I'm not too worried about it. And that should be everything. We should be good to go. So let's go ahead and regroup everyone back together. And now Karlach is overburdened. So let's go ahead and, for now, let's just go ahead and move all the weapons we're not going to be using back to camp. I might use that sword. Send to camp. Is that a sausage? Why is a salami coming up as a weapon? I feel like I should be worried about that. Oh yeah, so with all of those out of her inventory, Karlach is nice and no longer over encumbered. And now, moving around, it looks like we have a waypoint up here. So let's go ahead and actually head behind the building. See if there might be anything back here. Which, nothing of import. You remember that burrow hole that we saw inside? There's another one right there. So, I can only imagine if we were a druid and we could beast shape into like a mouse or something, we'd be good to go. Like with that little burrow hole.
This was no accidental cave-in.
That's curious.
I was not expecting the treasure to be right where I was standing. Acid arrow. Again, don't think I need to touch it, but I might as well. Now. What is this right here? The Githyanki Kresh, and what are you? Missing shipment. For now, let's go ahead and make our way towards the Kresh. Because I have ideas of things that we could do with that. Ah, that's... I don't know how I didn't realize that exit to the cave before. But that would be the exit to the cave that I asked where that led. Now continuing, moving on.
A long way to go still.
for what I have planned, am going to need command. Let's go ahead and drop Lesser Restoration and pick up command.
Mind never quiet.
And see if I can get lucky with a few rolls coming up here. We're going to be moving across the way over here. Anything in here? Very well. Got another book right here. Oh God. Alright, moving on. So much stuff to loot. So much stuff. Now, with what I have in mind, if it works, you do not want to have Lysel in your party. Just a point of note: if you see what I'm about to do and you decide that you want to give it a try, you do not want to have Lysel in your party because it can go horribly wrong if you do.
A dragon. Gods preserve me.
I tangled with a dragon once. Never forgot it.
But y'all
It would
remember
be
that
too
dragon
much
we
to
saw
hope that's
flying
nothing
around?
to do with us, wouldn't it?
We just encountered it
That
yet
thing could
again.
swallow us in a gulp.
And we all just failed a survival check, so that is good enough to let me know that I need to dig right here. And we get 96 gold, a bronze goblet, and a scroll of slow. Nice. And my controller's dying, and let me go ahead and plug that in. And moving on. Cool, the game saves for me.
Drop your weapons!
I'll feed your innards to the ants before I do that, Istik.
This is your last chance!
No, look up. That was your last chance, Istik. Now burn!
Stop wasting time, Beretta. You're not here to play with the locals.
Of course, Kithrak. We merely sought to...
No excuses. Question, kill, then move on. Find the weapon. Our queen watches us. Fail her at your peril.
Stay clear of those Gith. Even the Blade of Frontiers has his limits.
So, let's go ahead and take a look at some things real quick. Ooh, they don't actually show up yet. I'm going to go ahead and save the game. And I'm going to move forward. So these Gith are level 6. This guy, Voss, is level 12. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. He has 18 strength, 17 con, and all of that stuff. Let's go ahead and check out this one right here.
Yes, Kithrak. We shall find it.
What easy prey you make, walking right within my blade's embrace. These creatures are so simple to ensnare, Beretha. You mule too much about your task.
Forgiveness, Kithrak.
And as for you, tell me, why shouldn't I run you through this instant?
Sleight of hand. Silently hold his stare and discreetly prepare to attack. Insight. You would have done so already if you didn't want something from me first. Intimidate. I just want passage. If I have to go through you, so be it. Persuasion. I don't know you. I pose no threat. Let's go ahead and try to do an insight check. I'm probably going to reload because I was not supposed to do this yet, but let's go ahead and see this through just so we could see how the interaction is supposed to go.
Perceptive for such an inferior creature. For you to keep sucking air, it is necessary for you to tell me something of worth. A vessel fell from the sky. We seek a precious weapon that was taken from it.
You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon that Voss seeks. It's the artifact that she carries. Her mind focuses. The Gith's suspicion cannot be aroused. They cannot discover that the weapon they seek is right within their grasp.
Help us find it, and I will leave your blood beneath your skin unspilled.
Don't help them. Don't tell them a thing. We're dead if you do.
I'll help if I can. You'll need to start from the beginning. What is this weapon you're looking for? Produce the artifact. Ask if this is what he seeks. I might know something, but it will cost you say nothing. Let's go ahead and do the second option.
Do not speak. Your bleating offends my ears. Just stand still.
He begins to move his hand in a quick flurry of gestures.
Arcana. I'm not arcane, but let's go ahead and give it a try. Success!
You realize he's casting Detect Thoughts.
Wisdom, resist the probing. Oh yeah.
Nothing even approaching a useful thought in that skull. I ought to just kill you.
Persuasion, I could help you if you let me live. Search for this weapon, perhaps. Intimidation, why are you hesitating then? Try it, I dare you. Persuasion, you ought to just leave. You've no right to decide my fate, or I could try to read his mind. I have found out why I'm able to do Detect Thoughts. I have potions. But let's go ahead and start with Persuasion. So that's a failure. I will go ahead and use a inspiration dice. That's going to be a success.
Unlikely you'd be successful, but it costs me nothing to spare your sorry life. Very well, Istik. Seek out survivors from the ship that crashed on this wretched world. Bring me their heads. Bring me the weapon. If you succeed, the reward will be great. Now go.
So that is how that experience is supposed to go. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of cheese real quick. Alright, so what I was trying to do, by the way, was I was trying to inspect one of the other Gith, and I accidentally clicked to interact instead of inspect. But yeah, so they're level 6 with 59 hit points and extra attack, psionic weapon, Githyanki parry. So these are not really creatures that you want to mess with. That being said, we're going to come here to Shadowheart. And we are going to go ahead and load up a command. Drop.
Yes, Kithrak. We shall find it.
Too far. Let's go ahead and try to get a little bit closer without sparking the conversation. Which, thinking about it, I might need to do this in conversation so that we can get close enough. Yeah, so it's a 12% chance. He has a 12% chance of dropping his weapon. Let's go ahead and see if we have a better chance if we upcast it. I highly doubt it.
We will not fail, Vlakin.
I expect you to fall on your
He's now
sword.
too far for that for some reason. Yeah, so 12% if we try to upcast it. That being said, if we do try to upcast it and we happen to succeed, we can get 2 targets to drop their
Nothing
weapons.
so far, Kithrak.
So let's go ahead and, first of all, save. And then we're going to cast Command Drop on him, Command Drop on her. And so we failed. We obviously failed. However, dude just took flight and left. He just went away. So the scariest Mamba Jamba of that entire group just leaves. So let's go ahead and and load the game. See if we can get lucky on the second attempt to get him to drop his sword. And I'm going to go ahead and break everyone off. And I'm going to back everyone up.
Times. Defender of the people.
Come on, let's go.
Whatever comes, I'm ready.
And now that we've done that, I'm going to go ahead and save again. And Shadowheart, let's give this another attempt. Let's go ahead and do a first level spell. Hey, look at that. He failed his save. So, with that being the case... Oh, everyone got pulled into combat. That's a bit unfortunate. Let's go ahead and have... Hold up. I want to see something. So let's go ahead and have Z do a Step of the Wind dash. He'll be able to run up and grab this. And then he could back up on out of here as well.
With haste.
And let's go ahead and attack her.
Try something
Yeah, I figured
else.
as much.
Got to concentrate.
Let's go ahead and have Shadow Heart attack. Hey, that actually hit. Nice. And let's do a second level spell. Spiritual weapon. Drop that right there. And back up a bit.
Blood comes easy these days.
And you saw what just happened with Z right there? That's why we backed up. Because everyone's going to want to run away right now.
This is gonna feel good.
And you know what?
This is
go ahead
my
and
time.
cancel that end turn. And go ahead and use our action dash to get even further away.
2 steps at a time.
Bye forever, pal.
Then now with Karlak here. Can I...
Good idea, Karlak.
Jump. Then now, in theory, I should be able to action dash and get away from here as well.
Jimmy on the go.
And I can flee combat. Or at least Karlak was able to. Since we're here, let's go ahead and try to hit at least one of these guys. Yeah, critical miss. I kind of figured as much. And now Shadowheart. Let's go ahead and have you do the same thing Karlak just did. You won't have nearly the amount of space that she got.
Better get to work.
But ultimately that doesn't matter.
Heading there.
And yes, we are just leaving Z to die. And so we... Whoa. Got it, got it. That went a little weird, but we're going to go ahead and flee with Will as well. Alright, and now everything is kind of fucked up because our main character's dead. However, if we come over here and talk to Wither.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally?
I need you to resurrect someone.
Thou must return with the proper payment. This is the price of balance.
Here's the gold.
Well counted. I recommend keeping my distance for a moment. By doom and dusk, I strike thy name from the archives. Rise.
Someone got an inspiration. Who got an inspiration?
Is that blood?
Couldn't tell you. But so here we are back here with Z. And if we check his inventory, you will see that we have the Silver Sword of the Astral Plane, which deals 2d6 plus 2 slashing damage, plus 1d6 psychic damage, conditional. Githborn Psionic Weapon. When wielded by a Githyanki, this weapon deals an additional 1 to 6 psychic damage. A Githborn Psionic Resistance. A Githyanki holding this weapon has advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws, resistance to psychic damage, and cannot be charmed. And it is a +3 weapon enchantment. And whoever happens to be wielding this also gains Pommel Strike, Lacerate, and Cleave, as well as Soul Breaker. 1d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage, plus 2 psychic. Rend the enemy's body and soul, and possibly stun them for 2 turns. So here's the thing. That is obviously a Githyanki weapon. And it is one of the best great swords that you could have in the game up until midway through, I believe, chapter 3. And it would make perfect sense to put that on Lysel. I don't use Lysel. So why did I want to get it? Let's go over here to Karlach real quick. And let's go ahead and replace her headband with this headpiece right here. And then let's go ahead and shapeshift into Githyanki female. And then, because I don't really like the way that face piece looks, let's go ahead and replace that again with the Key of the Ancients. You look weird with hair, Githyanki. But now, let's go ahead and take a look at our sword. And let's see what happens when I equip this. You see how that bottom part is no longer grayed out like it was on Z? Just as an example to show what I'm talking about. Oh, I guess it wasn't grayed out. I thought that it was. I remembered it being grayed out. Let's go ahead and come back to Karlach either way. And try to equip this. It deals 10 to 25 damage, 2d6 plus 7 slashing damage. That in and of itself would make it a great sword. But let's go ahead and come over here to this training dummy. And you remember how it said the psychic damage was conditional? Oh man. How about this? Soul Breaker. I kind of plan on taking a rest anyway. Yeah, we could use Soul Breaker, which should only be usable by someone who is proficient or who is a Githyanki. Another thing that I could do to prove that this is doing what it should, characteristics. She's resistant to psychic damage. And can someone remind me what the one sort of damage I was not resistant to from the bear totem? Correct me if I'm wrong, but it was psychic damage, right? So there we go. Just to show that it does work. Gith-born psionic weapon. When you wield this sword, it deals an additional 1d6 psychic damage and the psychic resistance. So with that's done, we kind of used a lot of resources to get it, so let's go ahead and take a long rest.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Oh, hello there.
Will, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
God damn it. Anyone but her.
Just who in the nine hells are you? Well, well, aren't you a luscious thing? Goddamn evil, get out of my camp! Who in the nine hells are you?
Will, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Will's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Will. But Karlak's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlak, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark.
Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless.
Karlak meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
Get to the point, devil. What do you want? If we kill Karlak now, will that get rid of you? You better not lay a damn finger on Karlak. Blast it all, Will. Why didn't you tell me about her? I've heard enough. You're not leaving this place alive. You better not lay a damned finger on Karlak.
Don't you worry. That ship has long sailed the Styx. But a defiant pup must still pay his price. To wit.
Will burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
He grew horns. Damn, he grew horns.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlak, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you. Oh, and Will, don't forget, our pact still stands. Ta-ta.
Interesting. Very interesting. Let's go ahead and talk to Karlak.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that.
He's a good man, maybe the best of us. You must be relieved. Foolish decision, and now he'll have to pay the consequences. He's a good man.
You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
Very well. Now, Will, how are you doing?
God's damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
Warlock pacts tend to be unforgiving from what you know of them. Will was lucky he didn't face a more severe punishment.
You warned me about Raphael, but are pacted to Mizora. What a fraud. The Blade of Frontiers has some explaining to do. What did you expect? She's a devil, hardly the progeny of honesty. You've been turned into a devil. An appropriate punishment, I'd say. You're lucky she didn't take your soul when she came. So, I find fault with the third option here. Because devils, by definition of the game, are lawful evil. They are... honest isn't the right word, but they don't necessarily lie. They will make you sign a contract, and as long as you follow your terms of the contract, they'll leave you be. Problem is, a devil's contract has so many loopholes in it, and so many ways for the devil to come out on top, as opposed to the other entity, that it's kind of seems like lying. Because the simple fact, or a simple example, would be the heartless criminals. Well, hey, guess what? Loophole there. Karlach technically doesn't have a heart. She has an engine, so that does make her heartless, and she ran away from the war, making her, in the eyes of a devil, a criminal. Now, would us as a mortal being see that as being dishonest? Probably. But with the simple fact of a devil contract, that's perfectly within their right. I'm going to get off my D&D Dungeon Master lore brain real quick and just choose you're lucky she didn't take your soul.
I'd count my lucky stars for it, but I reckon luck is on holiday. I'm only alive because my patron still has use for me. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds, but I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
What are the terms of your pact? You should get out of this pact. How in the hells did you get involved with Mizora? What are the terms?
I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
Very well, very well. It doesn't look like anyone else has anything to say on the matter. So let's go ahead and go to bed. And now, just out of curiosity, do I have enough alcohol to kind of cover this entire rest? Oh, that is too much. Alright, so that brings us to 30, 38, 39, 40. Let's go ahead and give that a try. Hey, look who it is!
You recognize the feathered creature. It's the owlbear cub you rescued.
Fetch a piece of food from your bag. And everyone liked that.
The cub's eyes lock onto the food in your hand.
Toss the food to the owlbear. Keep the food held out in front of you. I'm gonna toss it.
The creature gulps the food down. It seems he hasn't eaten in some time.
Oh my gods! Look at its little beak! Oh, come here, you doll.
Karlach, you scared him!
Damn it! We scared it off. Poor little beaky fella. Hope he finds his way back.
Bedrolls and breakfast. Take 4 full long rests in a single playthrough. Adventuring is tiring work. So that owlbear's just gone, right? Yeah. He's no longer at camp. He'll be back. I hope.
The pride of the
Did
gate.
Will gain anything with his horns? Dark One's Blessing. Passive feature. When you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, this gift from your patron grants you 8 temporary hit points. Okay, so not that. Nothing in here. Nothing here. I don't know. I guess it just gave him horns and nothing else. Very well.
I've got a long road ahead.
All right, now I'm going to go ahead and drop Will from my party.
The Gift Knight is as merciless as the dragon he rides. That we still have our heads is nothing short of a miracle.
How does it feel to be a devil?
It's said that anyone who bathes in the river of blood emerges as one born anew. It's a lot like that, I imagine. I feel the weight of these horns on my head, curling upwards like a mammoth's tusks. I feel these ridges snaking down my neck, not to mention a few bumps and prongs in unmentionable places. But I haven't seen my reflection just yet. Be my mirror. What do you see?
Quite a handsome devil, if I do say so. A freak of nature and gods, but you're hideous. I see the blade of frontiers, no more, no less. A friend who's been touched by the hells. I don't know what to make of it. I see the blade of frontiers, no more, no less.
It's because you know the heart lurking under the horns. The people will see a curiosity, maybe even a beast hungry for their souls. But I will slay their monsters, keep them safe, and one day they will see the blade of frontiers again.
You should get out of this pact.
A possibility that's kept me awake countless nights. But I don't have a clue where to start, other than play her games and play by the rules. That's the only language devils listen to.
Why obey her at all? What could she do worse than she already has? Can't we just attack her next time she pops up? There must be some loophole in the contract that lets you out.
There could well be. She has the blighted thing. What I know of it is simply what has engraved itself upon my memory. My contract is very clear. I can bring Mizora no harm. She'll have to let me out of my pact willingly. The only way out is if I can out-bargain her. We're standing here with nothing but the clothes on our backs and the worms in our heads.
We could beat her if we put our worms together. I just fear what she'll do to us next. We'll see if it's worth it. We might need the pact after all. I just fear what she'll do to us next.
I'm so sorry to give you another reason to sleep restlessly, but it's my burden to bear. She won't touch you unless there's something there for her to take. Don't give her so much as an inkling there might be. Well met.
Now, as for what I was trying to do, get out of my party.
The blade, and just when things were warming up.
And I'm going to go ahead and get Gale back in.
Githyanki patrolling these wilds is an unexpected surprise. Whatever they seek, they'll not hesitate to kill us if we stand in their way.
I think... Nope. Join me for a second, please.
With pleasure. Lead on.
Yes?
And again, we are going to do the expeditious retreat with him. So I'm going... Not expeditious retreat. We're going to do long strider with him.
Never a dull moment.
What's on your mind? I question the wisdom of that decision, but I'll be here in the...
Alright, so I just cast long strider on everyone. I now want to get Astarion back in my party.
Well, hello. What can I do for you? Darling, lead.
And someone wants to talk with us.
Since I was old enough to hold a blade, I've dreamt of wielding a silver sword. The swords cleave both meat and mind, body and brain. To swing one, mesmerizing. To be slain by one, agonizing. All blood I'll spill with this sword will feed Queen Vlaakith's legacy.
History. Think of your knowledge of Githyanki silver swords. What details did Lizelle miss? That will be a straight roll. Let's go ahead and give it a try, though. Ooh, it's going to be an 18. I kind of want to impress Lizelle, so let's go ahead and honestly save scum this. So, assuming I remembered to do so, the reason why there was a hard cut right there is she started giving away like story spoilers, so I started skipping through the conversation. She started mentioning things that are going to be Act 3 things, and I am not ready for that. I just broke this game. That's kind of what my whole channel is about. It's what I should be doing. but this is my first full playthrough of the game. If you guys want to keep the sword, keep the sword. I am not going to tell you not to keep the sword. However, I broke the game. I messed up a lot of story beats by doing that. Or, I seem to have done a skip, if you will. If it was just the sword and it didn't come with story implications, I would have no problem keeping it. However, that being said, I do not want to keep the sword. And because I'm not keeping the sword, I have gone back to camp and I've gotten Lae'zel. Let's go ahead and see how this whole interaction changes with Lae'zel in our party.
Ryder, my time is short. Lead me to...
Shh. Such a familiar tone. Were I not merciful, I would slice the skin clean from your meat. Yet you are not bleeding. For I am nothing if not merciful. Your name, child.
Nod to Lae'zel, go ahead. I will speak on her behalf, Gith. No, nod to Lae'zel, go ahead.
Lae'zel.
Lae'zel. Proud. Regal, even. You will call me Gestil Kithrak.
Voss, Knight Supreme. The Queen's silver, the Queen's sword.
I am who you say. A Geich vessel has fallen from the sky, Lae'zel. Thieves aboard have taken a weapon most precious. It is polyhedric in shape and inscribed with the sacred runes of our people.
You feel Shadowheart's anxiety. The weapon that Voss seeks. It's the artifact that she carries. Her mind focuses. The Gith's suspicions cannot be aroused. They cannot discover that the weapon they seek is right within their grasp.
Take word to your creche. You are to join our search. Speak up, child. Affirm your mandate.
Mouth the silent command to Lae'zel, truth. Mouth the silent command to Lae'zel, play along. Produce the odd artifact. You're looking for this, I take? I have my own mandate. Time to die, Gith. No. Let's go ahead and persuade. I am so glad I saved.
Take word to your creche. You are to join our search. Speak up, child. Affirm your mandate.
Success!
You honor me with this duty, Kithrak. I shall alert my caretaker with haste.
The Kithrak nods, content with Lae'zel's answer.
You serve your queen well, child. Take your slaves and hunt those who escaped the Geich ship. They must carry the weapon.
I fly now to Vlaakith, our undying queen. She will see your faith rewarded in this plane and ours.
A current of deception carries Voss's words. Wherever he flies, it is not to Vlaakith.
To Danos! To the sky!
Damn it all! You did well to intervene, vexed as I am to admit it. The Gestil Kithrak would have flayed our skin and left our carcasses to burn in the sun. All for the sake of the artifact that we carry. The creche is near, this much we know. We follow the path forward and into the valley. No one, not even the ignoble Gestil Kithrak, will keep me from my purification.
Well, someone seems angry. Speak with that.
Is not
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
How did you die?
monstrous warriors. Keen swords. Black spots.
Figured as much.
He crossed blades with a Githyanki. Few survive the ordeal. Fewer still claim victory.
Where does Monstrous Warrior come from?
Mountain pass.
Very well. What were you doing here?
Seeking path. Baldur's Gate.
And did you find the way to Baldur's Gate?
Risen Road. Cross wooden bridge.
Who are you?
Yule, son of Gara.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Very well. Go ahead and grab all this stuff. And I am now encumbered. However, I believe I saw something. Chain shirt, medium armor. I thought that I picked up heavy armor, my bad. Anything else around here? Doesn't look like it.
All right, what now?
Oh, by the way, I did find those tadpoles, by the way. So let's go ahead and consume.
This one is a true soul parasite. It can enhance you. You can absorb its potential. Open your mind to it. You already know how.
Open mind to the tadpole.
Your mind swells as it subsumes everything the tadpole has to offer. Everything it was and everything it was destined to be. Pure potential. Pure power.
Good. You have grown your power and improved your chances of survival.
Okay. There we go. Illithid powers right there times 3. Because I used all 3 at once, apparently. Alright. So evolve an area of your mind to embrace your potential. Manage powers. So let's see. Right now, do I need to... No, this is already unlocked. I can unlock this. Okay, so it is kind of like a branching tree. So Force Tunnel. Charge forward, pushing all objects and creatures in your path 13 feet away from you. Does not provoke attacks of opportunity. Concentrated blast. You must be concentrating on another spell. Okay, I can't do that. Transfuse health. Sacrifice half your remaining hit points to heal a target for the same amount. Psionic overload. Your attacks deal an additional 1d4 psychic damage, but you take 1d4 psychic damage every turn. And favorable beginnings. The first attack roll or ability check you make against any target gains a bonus equal to your proficiency bonus. Very well. Let's go ahead and take a look out here. Luck with the Far Realms. When you make a successful attack roll against the foe, you can change that hit to a critical hit. Channel the dark allure of the tadpole to charm an enemy that attacks you, preventing them from attacking you until their next turn. Displace. Creatures suffering falling damage because of your actions take an additional 1d8 psychic damage. Repulsor. Push anything and anyone back 20 feet. On saves, targets still take half damage. Okay. They take 2d6 force damage. Cull the Weak. When you bring a creature down to fewer hit points than your number of evolved illicit powers, it dies. And all nearby creatures take 1 to 4 psychic damage. Okay. Psionic Backlash. When an enemy within 30 feet casts a spell, you could use your reaction to inflict 1d4 psychic damage to the caster per spell's level. Interesting. Shield of Thralls. Conjure a violet shield around yourself or an ally, granting the target 10 temporary hit points. If the temporary hit points are lost due to incoming damage, the shield bursts, possibly stunning nearby foes. Interesting, interesting. Perilous Stakes. Invest a creature with power that heals it when it attacks, but also makes it vulnerable to all damage. Interesting. Stage Fright. Your targets have disadvantage on attack rolls and take 2 to 12 psychic damage each time they miss. For 3 turns, targets overcome their stage fright early when they succeed against the roll. And Ability Drain. Passive feature. Once per turn, when you make an attack roll, the attack reduces that target's corresponding ability by 1. The ability that is reduced is the same as one used to make the attack roll. For melee weapons, this is usually strength. For ranged weapons, usually dexterity. And for spells, usually spellcasting ability. So for us, it would be dexterity. So I actually kind of want that one. So it sounds like I need to get this one. Yeah, expand your mind. Consume a parasite and unlock a new power. Is it meant to wiggle on or the whole way down? So now let's go ahead and get Ability Drain. And I can't unlock that yet. What was this one? Stage Fright. Yeah, let's go ahead and do Stage Fright. Why not? And there we go off of that. Oh, hey, look, a shield.
Still warm from the red dragon's fire.
A dragon is clearly not to be trifled with.
Oh, you think? You think that that the dragon is not to be trifled with? What was your first indication? Not the fact that it's a dragon, right? Is there anything up there? I'm about to come up here. Is there any reason to come up here? Doesn't look like it. I'll hit it up on our way back. Make sure you tie up any loose ends before advancing. Warning, the area you're about to enter will be bitterly difficult for a party of your level. Nope. Nope, not ready to go that way apparently. Although we do know where chapter 2 starts apparently. So with that being the case, what do we have here? Let's go ahead and head up here for the meet the shipment. And I honestly cannot wait to see. Ooh, I can't wait to see the effects of those illithid powers. Can I make this jump? I can. So, Lizelle, be on your lonesome for a second. What is this way? Hey, it's the Goblin Camp.
That might be worth a look.
Oh, it's a burrow hole. Got it. I won't be able to do anything with that. That appears to be the only way down, though.
That's curious.
Open! Gold and some red dye. Very well. And I just realized I said that we would take that upper path on the way back, and I completely ignored what I said. So I'll go ahead and take that upper path.
Looking ahead.
But I'm kind of glad I came down that way, because I did not realize that there was a jumpable over there. And now I don't think there's going to be any treasures here. Doesn't look like it. So let's go ahead and cross the bridge. Oh, I did not realize that there was a chest up here. With alchemist fire, smoke powder bomb, and a grease bottle. And that has a rotten carrot in it. That carrot can stay there and rot forever. Those are both empty. We have another heavy chest over here. With 2 ice arrows and an arrow of darkness. Got some ingredients here. They shouldn't be evil, right? Right?
The pride of
Will.
the gate.
He of the unsleeping eyes, grant me the might to carry this burden. Grant me the faith to face darkness without fear.
What the hell happened here? My condolences to you. Looks like he wasn't cut out for the flaming fist. That just seems rude. My condolences.
He should never have been here in the first place. I'm the one that talked him into joining the fist.
What the hell's happened?
A massacre. Drow and goblins slaughtered the lot. Please, just leave me be.
Okay.
I hear shouting. Someone needs help.
We'll never put this fire out. You're better off helping anyone trapped inside.
Alright, I guess we are going inside.
Well, it ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Welcome to water. Let's go ahead and head on upstairs.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Why were you at the inn?
From Eltergard. Traveling. Sister's wedding.
How did you die?
Finding husband Benrin inside. Door locked. Trapped. Fire.
Where's Benrin?
Inside. Room. Top floor.
Who are you?
Mirilith. Farmer.
And I have one last question, so do you have any valuables?
Dowry. For sister. In barn.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Very well.
Help! Anyone?
Hold up, let me try something real quick. Broken door. Oh, I can only attack it. Ow. Oh, hey, he didn't die.
Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me!
Damn it. Find levers to shift the beam. Guidance. Save scum.
Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me!
And we got a natural 20. Very well.
I think that's it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now get out of here. We are going to be in turn-based mode real quick because this building is on fire and we caused a backdraft. So I shouldn't do this, but I'm going to. A step of the wind dash. To open this up. Of course, we have a candle and 46 gold. Now let's go ahead and make our way over here. And just jump on out. So there is our turn. Let's go ahead and proceed on to Will here. We are going to go ahead and Eldritch Blast the broken door. And we are going to see if we can get close enough to make this jump. No, but we can get over here. That is as far as Will can make it.
I'm ready. No harm in a little conversation.
And then now with an action dash, you don't have an action because you cast guidance, of course. We're going to go ahead and go here with Shadowheart. Yeah, because she doesn't really have any more movement.
Assume nothing.
Then now with
Speak.
Lysel, get the Yankee jump. What is the Githyanki jump? Jump distance is tripled. Okay, yeah, so let's go ahead and use her action to cast that on herself. And then we will use her bonus action jump to get all the way out here. Whee! And end turn. Yeah. Then now let's go ahead and make our way
Objective
over
noted.
here. I really don't need to be doing this with Lysel and Z. But I don't want to get out of turn-based mode until these two are out of that room.
I'll take this way.
Beautiful. Now we can leave turn-based mode. I don't know why I went that way. I knew I had to go this way. Let's go ahead and open this up.
Come! I'm afraid proper thanks must wait.
I understand, and I even slightly agree. Although, I can't help it. I have to do everything. Well, oh hey, it was a success. Very well. I have a book of eels over here. And a painting.
What's that?
What's what? I do not see what you are looking at. Unless you were talking about the book of eels. Looks or sounds like there is still someone down below. Did I say case file? It did. Household prayer. And some more bed linens. Anything back here? Not that I can see. So now let's go ahead and head downstairs. Because those two rooms are messed up. And we're going to go ahead and attack this water barrel to kind of spread some water throughout in here. I did not mean to pick that up. I meant to attack it. Got a bunch of food and stuff in here. I'm not too worried about that at present. Let's see, is there anyone over... Oh god, I'm on fire. Is there anyone over here that I can save? Does not look like it. So let's go ahead and push this out of the way.
Councillor Floric, are you all right?
Well, by the living gods, I couldn't have asked for a finer savior. Scorched throat. A few hairs singed off. Nothing a bit of time and fresh air can't cure. Gauntlet, a new duty calls. Drow have taken Grand Duke Alder Ravengard westward, if my eyes and ears can be believed. Report to the Manip and send for reinforcements. We must find the Duke. On your command, Councillor.
No, it can't be. You mean they've taken my...
Yes, Will. The Drow have your father.
Will, you're a son of nobility? Honestly, I've always kind of assumed that he just has like a regal air about him. Ravengard, I know that name. And a Grand Duke, you say? What is the rescue worth to you? No, let's go ahead and say I know that name.
As well you should. He is the great champion of the Council. Commander of the Flaming Fist, the binding force holding Baldur's Gate together. Without him, the city faces collapse. In fact, I fear that may have been the intention of those who abducted him. Will, you must hold little love for your father. But please, find him and return him to the city.
Trust us to see it through, Councillor.
Why entrust this to me? You have others at your command. The Absolute's cult is based in Moonrise Towers. That's where they'll have taken the Duke. I'll travel west and rescue Duke Ravengard. You'll have to find somebody else. Absolute's cult.
Moonrise Towers, along the old road. That place is cursed. Few could survive there, unless darker forces are at work. This was no random attack. The Grand Duke was their target.
You'll need help to find him. I've done all I can for now. The top one.
Thank you. When the Grand Duke returns to the city, he'll hail his only son, a hero. Approach the towers with care. The land itself has been swallowed in shadow. I will seek reinforcements and join you when I can. Remember, Will, courage is found in the battle against fear, not in the defeat of it.
So Father said. I won't soon forget.
Fist to work.
Alright, so it looks like we have a reward that we can select. Let's see, right here we have the Sparky Points, which appears to be a trident. Electric Blood. When the wielder deals damage using this weapon, they gain 2 lightning charges. The Jolt Shooter. This is a longbow. Again, with the 2 lightning charges, it deals 1d8. And then the Spell Sparkler. This is going to be a quarterstaff. Again, with the lightning charges. What are these lightning charges? When the wielder deals damage with a spell or cantrip, they gain 2 lightning charges. Cantrip, lightning charges. Lightning courses through you. You have +1 to attack rolls and deal an additional 1 lightning damage. If you gain 5 charges, they are consumed the next time you deal damage. And you deal an additional 1 to 8 damage. You lose 1 charge per turn. Okay. Is this on spells as well? When the wielder deals damage using this weapon, they gain 2 lightning charges. And then I don't really use anyone that could use a trident. And Z doesn't cast spells. So let's go ahead and take the Jolt Shooter. Accept. And talk to Will.
Shit. You can put distance between you and yesterday, but you'll never leave it fully behind. Father's words. Hard to argue with them. Floric spoke true. I'm a Grand Duke's son.
Not just any Grand Duke. The most influential in the city, if my memory serves me right. And for once, I think it does.
Then the choice is clear. We should rescue Duke Ravengard. Aren't you worried? Your father's been abducted. I can't trust you if you keep secrets like this. I'm not interested in your lineage. Baldurian, curious. I heard Duke Ravengard's son left the city. Or, all my time in Baldur's Gate and I didn't even know Ravengard had children. Let's do the left the city.
You heard right. My father and I were close once upon a time, until he disowned me and cast me out of Baldur's Gate. Such a rift isn't so easily mended. But it's not so wide that I'd let my own father suffer at his captor's hands.
What do you think the Drow want with your father? You shouldn't have kept secrets from me, Will. Let's go ahead and do the father one, the top one.
I've been asking myself the same question. What makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Men's Oberanzen would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast. I'm all for it.
Talk about something else. Nope, let's go ahead and leave. Now, that dude that we saved up top, he is up here mourning his wife. So let's go ahead and talk to him.
Miri. No. Gods, no, no, no. You should have stayed. You should have been with me.
How did you two get separated? Or she was trying to get back to you?
No. No. Why didn't you run? Why didn't you hide? This is all my fault. We were arguing. She ran off. If I just kept my mouth shut about that bloody dowry, she'd still be here.
About the dowry, I know where it is.
You do? Please, can you return it to me? She'd want her sister to have it. Please. It'd mean so much to her.
I will go ahead and grab that dowry. Which is in the barn as soon as I can find the barn. Oh, it's probably right over there. Dead? Halfway. Sweet key and water. Very well.
Looks like there's a chest buried in that hay.
I'm going to go ahead and pick that up. And I know that I'm encumbered, but I did not want to run the... You know what? Hold up.
What's next?
Hey, Shadowheart. You have a spell that I gave you that you have quite literally never used, so let's go ahead and use it now. Very well. And replenishable resource. Nope. Heal all the allies you can see. You can only use outside of combat. No effect on undead. Oh, you gained temporary hit points because of a bit of your equipment, didn't you? Got it.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Okay, now I don't want to take fire damage again. So let's go ahead and... I believe I picked up a water barrel, didn't I? Or did I break all of them? I could have sworn I picked one up. I'm gonna try this then. Can I throw you right here? Let's go ahead and climb up. Avoiding the fire. Or not. Fine. I again really do not want to get caught in that fire. It is really annoying. Beautiful. Why did you guys get electrocuted? You have the shocking boots on, don't you?
There's no time to waste.
No, you don't. Why did you get... Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Well, in it.
Going to come up here, give this guy the dowry. Found the dowry here.
I know this doesn't change anything, but it helps. Thank you. I need some time alone with her to say goodbye.
I am still over encumbered. I am still holding the actual thing, aren't I? Very well. Let's go ahead and drop this now. And why did y'all get electrocuted for moving through that? That really makes no sense. Oh, hey, the amazing shipment's gonna be over there. Anything in here?
The ox tenses, direction.
Animal handling. That's a failure.
You gather nothing from his intent. The ox tenses, horns.
Back away. Okay, I tried to back away. Y'all saw that. I have no desire to kill this thing.
Battle favors the fearless. I've found my mark.
Yeah, no desire to kill it.
This is the spot Rugen marked. It doesn't look like much.
Nothing in there. Let's go ahead and move it. Nothing in there. Let's go ahead and move it. And nothing in there. Let's go ahead and move it. Then now let's go in here. So I do not like the way that looks. So I'm going to go ahead and go in on my lonesome under shadow stealth and pass without a trace.
Breathe quiet. Move with care.
You spot a man crouching between the shelves, just as he spots you.
Bugger!
Recite the passphrase.
Oh, hell, dwarves. I thought you were flaming fist. Well, down you go then. They'll be on it soon, so if you're looking to trade, you best be quick. Entrance is hidden behind the wardrobe. Here's the key.
Very well. Can I talk to you now?
Said you could pass, didn't I?
Very well. Enter the hatch. I don't know if this is the right place. This definitely does not look like the right place. Although I will rob it blind. Oh, that's right. He said that the entrance was behind the wardrobe. Where are we?
Sharp as ever.
Will, you take the lead on this.
That's
far enough. What's your business down here? Answer honestly and maybe we'll kill you clean.
Hold on. That's the lad who saved us from the gnolls.
You revealed our location. That tongue gets any looser, Rugen, I'll cut it out. Come down then. Seems you're a friend of the family.
Very well. Oh, it's a trap. Got it. So let's go ahead.
So much for a warm welcome.
And continue on.
What's that smell?
That might be worth a look.
Free me now, and I'll see that my patron rewards you. I need
Who
only
am I
tell
supposed
her
to be
it's a
talking
gambling
to?
pit. It's happened before.
Well, don't you cut a fine figure? Want your portrait done? If you have the gold, my pet artist will make you a most heroical likeness.
You have a pet artist?
Let's say we're his patrons, yeah? Found him wandering the wilds alone. He needs protection. And if his paintings cover our costs, so much the better, eh?
Protection? It sounds a bit more like kidnapping.
Are you looking to buy him? I'm open to offers, mate. Threats? Not so much.
If he's as talented as you say, someone will be looking for him. Forget the artist. Do you have anything else to trade?
Plenty, if the finer things don't appeal.
Interesting.
Can't show you the good stuff till Zaris gives the say-so, mind. Friends of the Zen only.
I thought we was packing.
You. Zaris may have welcomed you, but I can see you're not one of her thugs. You need to buy me.
Why are you selling yourself?
Selling myself? I am not some lower city coin lad offering you a tumble. I am an artist, and my patron will reward you for my rescue. Tenfold, whatever ransom you pay, I guarantee it.
Who is your patron?
As far as you're concerned, she may as well be the coin maiden herself. But there will be time for questions later. Please, speak to Brem. I need to see the sun again.
Okay, okay. Let's go ahead. I'm not gonna be. Oh no, I should be able to get there from here. Ollie, Rugon, and Zaris.
I owe you one for saving my people. The Zentarim look out for their own, even if it's Rugen. That's worth some coin. And my thanks. Our trader can show you some of our more exotic items now, but don't delay. This place is likely to be rubble soon.
Rubble? What are you planning to do?
Someone kidnapped a duke, right on our bloody doorstep. The Flaming Fist will need someone to blame. I don't plan on it being us.
Reward. Ooh. Can I? It's a heavy crossbow, two-handed. When you deal damage to a target with a ranged weapon, it must exceed a charisma saving throw or be baned for 2 turns. And it's a +1. Very nice.
Free me now, and I'll see that my patron rewards you.
Except
I need only tell her it's a gambling pit. It's happened before.
And I am about to be ending this episode. Before we do, though, I want to see what this guy has for sale down here. And all of that good jazz. It was Brem, right?
Something I can help you with?
Trade. Alright, so now we still got the dies. What is this? Rare medium armor. You take 1 less slashing damage. Counter shock. When the wearer takes damage while having a lightning charger, the attacker must succeed on a dexterity saving throw or become shocked. We have another heavy crossbow here. Your weapon hits hard enough to send your target reeling for 2 turns. Titan string bow. This is another long bow. This weapon deals additional damage equal to your strength modifier. Okay. Potion of invisibility. Gauntlets of Hail of Thorns. Grants wearer ability to cast Hail of Thorns. Okay. Gloves of Thievery. Advantage on sleight of hand checks. Okay. +1 chainmail, which is heavy armor. This might be okay for Lazelle. +1 ringmail, which is also heavy armor. +1 scale mail, which is medium armor. Chain shirt, which is again medium armor. Uncommon leather armor, which is light armor. It's a +1. Hide armor, medium. Padded armor, medium. Here we got a rapier. Another longbow. This one's +1. War pick. A longsword. And a +1 dagger. And then a Wizard's Bane potion and some Alchemist fire. Alright, so I don't really plan on buying anything from this gentleman just yet. But I will probably be doing that in between episodes and pick up where we left off in the next episode. But until then, everyone, thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, this is Famine52 signing out. And peace out.